Hello everyone, Squintina here, and very soon there's going to be the return of the Moogle Treasure Trove event, January 20th. This will last until patch 5.2, which does not have an exact release date, but it is said to be for mid-February, so that would be either the 18th or the 11th. In the event, you complete some duties and get these irregular tombstones. Since these tombstones are associated with the Moogle event, some people call them muck tomes for short. You might have heard about this already, but I'm going to give a rundown on the items and how you would normally get them. First though, the duties will have an icon as a duty finder. Make sure you have in progress and undecided both turned off. Rather than read these off directly, I'm going to rank them. So, first, Hidden Gorge, also known as Rival Wings. This is PvP, and while queuing for the first match might take a few minutes, if you keep re-queuing right after, the queues will be much shorter, and this should actually become one of the best options. Not only do you get to earn experience on the job you queue on, you get to work on 2 mount achievements exclusive to this PvP mode, so come and earn those gorillas! Number 2. Arm Veil. As long as you go with a pre-made party of competent people, or you're just absolutely sure you can carry people, this should be a really fast way to get tomes. You might even make this extremely fast if you're good at Blue Mage, as it can absolutely destroy things in low-level content. 3. Alliance Raids. So there are the 3 Alliance Raids from Heavensward, and the rewards basically go higher as you progress further. As such, if you're queuing directly, Dunescape is probably your best bet, provided people don't wipe. Void Ark has a terrible rate, so if you can't get decent parties for Dunescape or Weeping City, you might as well just go do Armvale instead. However, if you're a person that needs to do the Alliance Roulette anyway, maybe you need to level a job, you might as well try that, and just so you will get one of those 3 raids. MSQ Dungeons. So both options are about the same, as while Praetorium does give more, it also takes a little bit longer. Overall, Praetorium has a slightly better rate, unless you do a full 8-man pre-made, in which case Cashroom will be the better option. However, the best way to use this is if you need to level and you're doing that daily MSQ roulette, or I guess if you want the tomes if you're not leveling, you will get a ton of experience and you'll get some mock tomes for your trouble. And then there's everything else. All the other dungeons give less rewards without being that much faster. I guess if you have a job that's actually in that level range, you could do these just for experience. It's possible these might be a really good raid with an all-blue party of people who have powerful actions like level 5 death, if you're trying to see if one of them is like a speed kill. But otherwise, I would just say, overall, Rival Wings, Arm Veil, Alliance Raid Roulette, just to see whatever you get, and MSQ Roulette, just to see whatever you get. Okay, so now for the rewards. Glamour. The true endgame, right? The Namazun Neckerchief is a brand new item exclusive to the event. The last 2 events also had exclusive items, so if you think you might wear it someday, even if it's not right now, make sure to grab it. The Spotted Fedora and Spotted Spencer normally come from the Kur Regina Fate. This is definitely an easier way to get that glamour, as the Fate itself is in part of a chain, where each Fate is several hours apart. So it's really easy to miss if you do things like sleep or work. If you want to try it out, you can go to Britannia in Mordona or to the itinerant Moogle and just try on the gear. Mounts. The Warring Lantern normally comes from Sephiroth Extreme. Given the cost of 50, it's very debatable whether this is better than actually getting a party together, but I would actually recommend getting it through mock tomes just to not have to worry about RNG. The Drake Horn, Laurel Gold Blue Horn, Elf's Horn, and Bomb Palanquin Horn, as well as the Direwolf, are mounts that are normally obtainable by achieving the highest rank in certain Realm-born beast tribes. I would actually recommend doing your old beast tribes. If you're level 80, it's in 4 to 5 minutes a day, and they usually take only like a week or 2, maybe 3. And not only that, but you can get other rewards that are not in this event, such as minions and glamour, and it's worth doing them, so just do them. There's also the Xanthos and N-Bar whistles, and those come from Extreme Trials. Xanthos is from Garuda, and N-Bar is from Leviathan. Both of those are soloable as an 80, so it should actually be faster to just farm it directly. And the highlight is, of course, the Magitek Predator mount. This is a drop that comes from Alamigo. It's not a common drop, and unless you're just one of those people that are just very good and you actually go and solo this, which it is soloable if you're good and geared, you'll probably end up doing this with other people, which means you'll have to roll against them. It's worth it to just buy it. So overall, my recommendations are the Magitek Predator mount and the Sephiroth mount. Do note that for the Drake Horn and the Alps Horn, when you actually see them in your mount collection, they are called Cavalry Drake and Cavalry Alps. Don't think that those are different mounts. That's what it's for. Alright, minions. Wind Up Kefka. This normally drops from doing Sigmascape 4. The Lesser Panda can drop in the Eyrie, which is a dungeon, or the Aquapolis, which is a map dungeon, or Palace of the Dead. Given the very low cost of 7 mock tomes, I would absolutely recommend going for these if you don't have them, rather than doing duties until they actually drop. Especially if you have to also roll against people, such as for the Wind Up Kefka. It's 7 mock tomes. If you don't have these, just do it. Orchestrions. Okay, so for the Orchestrions, not only will I tell you how to get them, I will tell you where to find them on your Orchestrion roll so you don't have to keep searching for it. So, answers. Raids, number 11. This is crafted from parts obtained in the final coil. Given that these fights are soloable now, and the prices on the market board really shouldn't be that bad anymore because since it's soloable, more people have the ability to craft them, you can just buy it from the market board, or make it yourself. So I would not recommend, at least not as a high priority, buying this through the mock tomes. However, Twilight over Thanalan, On Windy Meadows, and Whisper of the Land, which are locales 25, 23, and 24, come from the Aquapolis, which is a treasure map dungeon. So these are really worth getting if you want to save some gil, because as it is, they don't drop very often. It's kind of hard to get parties going for Aquapolis. You would have to roll against other people. It's a good deal. Then there's Indomitable, which is locales 58, and that comes from the Kojin Beast Tribe, and Keepers of the Lock, which is locale 63, which is the Ananta Beast Tribe. I'm gonna have the same answer as the other mounts. The Beast Tribes, you can get lots of rewards from them. Riding maps. So these riding maps are for the Realm Reborn maps, and they allow you to ride on the ground faster. You can see your status for mount speed in the mount speed menu. Normally, these will be purchased at your brand company's Allied Seals vendor. Given that these cost 30 tomes, I would not recommend purchasing these through the mock tome event. You can get Allied Seals via the hunt bills, especially the weekly, by killing a Realm Reborn A and S rank hunts, and nowadays people don't really care if people do them solo because they don't even expect these to last. And by doing Blue Mage content, there's really no reason to spend mock tomes on these when it's so easy to get Allied Seals now. There are also some triple try cards. You get these from trials, so you could just farm them up directly. But if you have some extra mock tomes and you checked and you don't have one of these, I guess you could just buy it. Unfortunately, I can't give you the exact position like I did for the Orchestrions because, well, unfortunately the list adapts based on what you have. There is no full list that you can see in the game, including the cards you don't own, so I can't say, hey, go to this page or that page. You're just gonna have to find them. There are also 2 more items. The MGP Platinum card and the Magic Prism. I do not really care much for prisms, but the MGP might come in handy for newer players who are still working on MGP mounts. Besides, it's only a matter of time until we have more MGP rewards added, and considering the last mount was 2 mil, the next one will probably be just as expensive if not more. So, what are your priorities? My priorities are the Magitek Predator mount, the Neckerchief, and then the Orchestrions that I'm still missing, which is the ones from Aquapolis. And after that, it's gonna be all MGP farm, and I'm gonna try to do it all in Rival Wings, baby. Oh yeah, I'm gonna earn that Gorillas. And I hope to see y'all there too. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, well, you know how to use YouTube, right? I will see you all for the next video. Bye bye!